Hello and welcome to MGP277. I'm Kev, and with me right now is Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hi.
Hello.
We might be joined by Sheepdog later on in the show. I'm not sure if we've actually told him to join us partway through, but we're recording this at 20 to 10. He said he can be with us at 10 past 10. So in theory, we might be joined by a stray sheepdog at some point, but he's got to finish having a poo first, and he reckons he'll be about 40 minutes. So, bless him. He has stomach problems.
Why are you lying?
Well, okay, he's been on there an hour, and...
No, why actually he's watching TV with his wife?
Yeah, on the toilet. They have side-by-side toilets and a big TV in their bathroom. They both have constipation, really severe constipation. The man loves pooing. Well, he hates pooing because he can't do it. He'd love it if he could do it.
Yeah.
That's all he ever talks about. How are we all anyway? Are we good?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Pretty good.
Anna, are you good? You sound tired.
I am tired because apparently we're doing it on Wednesday and not Friday for some bizarre reason.
Because Sheepdog is
no
going
one
to go.
knows why.
Because Sheepdog's going to see the Beast of Bodmin Moor or something on Friday.
So he's going out on Friday, but he's also going to be late today. I see.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, really bad stomach problems. You can't pick on him, but he knows he's going to be constipated on Friday, 2 days in advance. That's how bad things are. I keep telling him he just needs a strong curry and some fig juice, but it's like trying to get prunes down a child. He just won't have it.
Well, if I yawn, I apologize, but I'm just tired. It's crunch time, so I've got exams that I've got to revise for, and lab reports and essays and posters to get done. I'm just a bit tired.
Are we any closer to figuring out what the poster is?
It's an academic poster, so as far as I'm aware, it is an essay in poster form for some bizarre reason.
Yeah, you showed me an example of one, didn't you, where it looked like all the words you would normally have in an essay, but on a landscape rather than portrait page with a picture in the middle. So it just, I don't know, I don't see how that's a poster.
They want us to do that, so they want an essay, so discussion and all that lovely stuff, but then they want us to talk about it as well, so I need like double the information to...
have you got to present it as well? Now, I did one of these as part of my dissertation. I didn't do it to my third year, but as part of my dissertation, I had to write the whole report. Then we had to have a number of these posters, and then I had to present it to people as well. So I do know what they are now. I just assumed they wouldn't come up on the first year, though. I guess they're getting you practicing now.
Well, apparently they did. This is the first year they've done it for us, so I don't know. But
I mean, it's not a bad thing, because when I did it for my dissertation in my third year, we'd never done anything like it before, and it was.
But it's not that. But no one told us what an academic post was. I left school 16 years ago.
Oh, you wouldn't have ever done stuff like this at school.
Exactly. So I don't know what it is, and they just expect us to do it. And I'm like, we had a massive discussion with our leader who's been off for ages, and we're like we don't know what a poster. It just basically says poster about an aspect that we've done over the past 10 weeks. Off you go, and it doesn't say anything about academic poster. It just says poster. I'm gonna have to let that dog in, so you'll have to just bear with me a minute.
You let that dog in. That's fine. You let the dog in.
I don't know how to pause though.
You don't need to pause. Just go and let him in. Don't worry. Pab's editing now. We can sit here and swear and talk about politics and stuff while you're gone. Oh, she has actually muted it, I think. That's no fun.
More Facebook messages for some reason.
Yeah, but you're not on Facebook. Where are you getting? Are these coming through on your PC or what?
On my laptop that I lent to my sister.
Oh, so it's her Facebook messages.
I believe so. Who are you going with? I just got a message from regarding Little Mix coming to the.
So she's replying to the messages, and you're just watching.
I'm just watching it all unfold on my laptop.
Awesome.
I'm watching Facebook unfold on my laptop.
It's his sister who's logged in on his laptop, and she's having the other side of the conversation with someone, so he's just watching her receive messages, and we're now playing Guess What She's Asking.
Oh, okay.
Asking about Little Mix.
You should get involved. Just send a message. Can I draft a message for you to post?
No.
Just you realise you've got the perfect opportunity just to do a status for her.
No, I can't be bothered. Too much hassle.
You're no fun at all. If my brother was logged into Facebook on my computer, he'd end up homeless, unemployed, single. I would ruin his life in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, you're no fun at all.
Well, might be the case, but...
Right, have we played any video games in the last week or so then, folks?
No.
Yeah. No.
I haven't got time.
Anna, you're playing one right now.
Yeah, but it's nothing to talk about.
What are you playing right now? I noticed is it Thief on Xbox One?
No.
What was it then?
I'm now playing Diablo.
Oh.
You were playing Thief earlier today, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, I were. I just felt like it. Dave! Sit down.
Which is a random choice. What made you put Thief on? I didn't realise we even still had Thief. Was it a freebie or something? Can't we get rid of it?
I don't know why we've got it, but it's over there. I just felt like going around and stealing things. I don't want to do that other game that looks like Thief.
Dishonored.
Oh, what's it called?
Dishonored.
Yeah, I didn't want to do Dishonored because that's like powers and stuff. I just wanted to go and steal stuff, and that's what I did.
Did you ever finish Dishonored? Is it a new Dishonored? No, it's a new Wolfenstein. Ignore me. I'm way behind. It's Wolfenstein. You haven't finished it, isn't it? But so you had a little go on
I
Thief.
don't know because I've been listening to other podcasts and apparently I finished it, but I didn't like the finished bit doesn't seem finished, if you know what I mean.
Load it back up and have a look then.
Yeah, I might have to, but I just
have the credits rolled.
I don't think so. But
then
then I got through it so fast because I got it on the day before release and kind of just played it for 11 hours. So I don't quite know where I am for that. So I'll probably go back to. I do want to play it. I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
Like I really don't. Like Assassin's Creed, I can put half an hour in now and then, but it's diminishing my enjoyment of it because like you can't just go and do one mission in Assassin's Creed. And it's like it's not getting on my nerves, but it's just like I want to get through it, but only playing at half an hour time is just not enjoyment. So.
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely can see that.
So, what's the thinking behind Diablo going back on again? Has there been any changes to that since the last time I played it?
It's something called Seasons. I'm still not quite sure what it is, but you get powerful armor or something, and I'm still trying to work it out. But it was
Plums and Veg, explain Seasons to me. What's Seasons all about?
Seasons are like they're like the rifts that you would have occasionally turn up in game in the story mode. It's like a series of them, which are just a series of dungeons, effectively, aren't they? And they have increasingly difficult enemies, and they give you more increasingly better loot and stuff like that. And it's a PC thing. They've had them in PC for a while, and I think they've all recently just put them into the console version.
Because it's one of my favourite games of all time, but I've never finished it. I've never even got onto the fourth act. I've played it on both consoles. I've played it on PC. I've given so many hours of amazing fun to this game. I absolutely love it, but I've never finished it because it's because it takes so long. I get so far into it and then drift away from it and then get a taste for it again. Like now knowing you're playing it, I'm thinking I could go for a bit of Diablo now.
Yeah.
But I'd start it again. I'd install it on my PC.
Of course you would.
And then I'd give it 20 hours over the next few weeks, get to the end of Act 2, and then something would catch my eye. And I don't think I'll ever finish this game, but I'll play those first few hours over and over because they're so much fun.
Yeah,
wow.
I think we just get distracted at the merchants, don't we, Kev?
Oh yeah,
oh god, you two! I've seen you two.
That was totally new when Kev showed me that, and I was like, I didn't know this was a thing.
That was most of an evening. We were basically dressing up dolls together.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, might as well have been. Yeah,
I remember that evening. Oh god, yeah,
that was fun.
It was. We should do that again.
That lengthens the game by about 40 hours.
Yeah, that's why I've never finished it. I get to a new merchant. They've got 35 different costumes I've got to try on, and I just don't have to. I haven't had time to try them all on, so I can't move on with the game. But Diablo is awesome. Have we still got that on everything then? Could I just play that on everything whenever I want?
Yeah.
I might have to download. Is it Battle.net? Is that what it is on
Battle.net,
PC?
yeah.
I might have to download that onto this PC because I've not got it on here.
You've got it on there though. You got it.
Yeah, I own Diablo. I just don't have Battle.net downloaded on. I could download it and maybe have a little sneaky Diablo, because I've recorded most of my videos for the week now on Wednesday night. I've got Thursday and Friday just to sort out the installation in this garage. So there might be some time Friday afternoon where I can't play Football Manager because I can't get too far ahead of where I'm recording, because I've got to record videos for it. So if I play any more Football Manager, I'll then have to record more videos so that I can then play more Football Manager. Plus, I've got a 24-hour Football Manager live stream at the weekend. It wouldn't hurt me to have a couple of days off it first. But I might have a few hours free where I could maybe play some Diablo on Friday afternoon or Friday evening, which we could play together. Can you play cross-play with console and PC yet?
No.
Well, I suppose...
Xbox in the garage.
Yeah, but we don't have 2 copies of the game.
Does that matter? Is it a physical version or a digital one?
Physical.
Anna?
We've just got it on disc.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
We'll figure. Can you play? We'll just play both on the same console. Have half a controller each. We'll figure something out. We'll have a Diablo
on the same console because it's all
isometric,
isn't it? So your characters just, the screen just the camera just.
Yeah, he said LAN party for some reason. I was like, can you LAN it? I don't know.
You can LAN pretty much anything.
From what I remember as well, this was one of the few games that was universally considered to be better controlled on PC than on console. On console than on PC, sorry, because it had the quick roll on the joypad, which you didn't have on the PC. So it was actually easier to control with a controller.
I mean, the diehard PC people will tell you differently.
Yeah, but they're morons.
I think you're right. I think you're right with it because I find it much easier to control with a controller.
Good.
Yeah.
Right then. You scored a Kev point. You can hang around for a little bit longer. Well done.
When can I cash them in?
See if you can keep hold of them first.
Right, okay, that's a good point.
We've got to talk about Justice League yet, so you might lose any points that you've got.
Forgot about that. Games then.
Yes, games.
Speaking of Wolfenstein 2, I have picked it up and started playing it.
Yeah.
It's no Destiny for shooting mechanics. It's very.
What have you got against mechanics? You always want to go and shoot them.
Bungie, is it?
It's just. I have played so much Destiny and continue to play so much Destiny that to chop and change between first-person shooters is very difficult for me. I got killed in a strike or something yesterday because I was trying to melee on the stick like you would in Wolfenstein, and it's not like that on Destiny. So I just ran up to a guy and just stood there and looked at him while he punched me. It didn't go well for me. But Wolfenstein, I like it a lot. Like I say, I think the mechanics aren't as good as Destiny, just simply because I feel Destiny has the best shooting mechanics around. But it's perfectly serviceable. It's fine. It's exactly the same as the last one, the New Order. Yeah. It's difficult. It's not easy.
I know, like lots of people have put it on the baby mode.
I played for a few hours on standard, and I just kept dying and dying. I'm not having fun here. What's the point of me just keep dying? I went right, we're down to baby mode. Put the dummy in. I don't care. I'll play baby mode, and it's much more enjoyable like that now. Because the best thing about this game is the story. The story in this game is. I thought it was much more. I thought it was like not a serious. It starts off kind of serious, and it
gets silly.
It goes to be serious for a while, and it just bounces off the wall and goes bonkers.
Yeah,
I was like, just mouth, just like jaw open, just like that just happened. They did not do that, and they did. Yeah, it's just so good, so good, such a good story. I mean, I'm not even. What do I want to say?
How far into it?
I think I'm going to New Orleans.
New Orleans?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I've not done tons of it, but I reckon I've done probably maybe.
Didn't
4, 5,
one
6
of the
hours.
levels look like it belonged in Fallout?
There's a couple of them that like they would belong in Fallout.
Because I was sat there thinking, am I playing the right game? Like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of dilapidated cities.
Yeah, and it's like, wow.
Yeah. It's superb. It's a superb game. It looks really nice on the Xbox One X, enhanced 4K. Yeah, I've been getting down with the play some more Xbox. It loads incredibly fast. It's pretty good. I like that it loads quick. That is the one positive at the minute. Is it's very quick.
Have you got WWE 2K18 yet? So you can tell me if it loads fast.
I was tempted to buy it, and then I realised it's not a very good game.
It's not. I might send it to you in the post just so you can tell me if it runs quicker though, and then you can send it back.
Right. Okay. We'll do that.
I need to know if I need to want an Xbox One X. That's the only reason I'd want one.
I saw it on sale on the Black Friday sale, and I was like, shall I? And I want to read it. And then every single podcast I'm listening to going, don't buy this game. It is probably worse than it.
I really enjoy it, apart from the horrible loading times. The loading times just put me off it. Yeah, the loading times. I mean, it's genuinely on the launch original Xbox One. You're looking at maybe 45 to 60 seconds for each loading screen. It's just such a long time, and it makes it almost unplayable. And I should bring it in the house and try it on the S that we've got in the house.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a little bit quicker on that, but I don't know if it's the game or if the game's just pushing the hardware too far. But I really want to commit some time to it. I wanted to make videos on it, but it's just not realistic because I'd end up throwing my Xbox through the TV because it's so slow.
You know, if I'd throw you in the river.
I know if I did that, you wouldn't ever find out about it. When do you ever come in here?
No,
the Xbox. Oh no, I mean, if I was making videos, the Xbox could be sticking out of the TV right now, and you wouldn't ever find out about it.
Why?
Because you don't come in here.
Yeah, I do.
I suppose.
All the time.
Yeah, do you want to come in here now?
No, it's too cold.
It is freezing cold. I need to sort out this insulation. I need Pab to come and help me with the man's work that needs doing. The one thing that's holding me back from this garage insulation is I need to put the extra bolts in the garage door before I put the insulation on the back. I've bought a rivet gun. I don't know how to use it.
We don't know how to use a rivet gun, right? Okay.
I've never owned one before. It's still in its packet at the moment. I'm a little bit nervous about getting it out of the packet because it looks like one of those. It looks like one of those complicated ones you can cut yourself on.
You probably can, yeah. Yeah, you probably can. You don't like just call your dad.
I could, but my brother's just bought a house, so he's too busy painting my brother's fences at the moment.
Well, you're going to freeze to death. It's not just painting fences.
Well, I don't know. This fence, it's not got paint on it at the moment, Pab.
Yeah.
So, you know. I probably won't. If it comes to it, if I really can't work out the rivet gun on Friday afternoon, which is the last possible time I can do it, I'll just insulate the thing. And
I know how to use a rivet gun.
There you go.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm not.
Are you going to come out?
No, because it's cold.
And I will show you how to use it in the living room.
The thing is, he won't pick me up, but he wants me to go out there and help him. Not happening.
I just want to be able to blame someone else basically, I don't want to perforate the garage door with about 18 holes. I want to just get it right first time.
Perforate the door?
Because I'll keep putting the holes in the wrong place.
Just have a practice.
Because I'm a moron.
Yeah. Good point, Anna. He is a moron.
I have no idea how to do manly work. Do I have to wear shorts for this?
Shorts?
Men wear shorts, don't they?
That's postmen.
Well, they're men, aren't they? They've got men in the name. Men,
but they're not going to bolt rivet your garage for you.
I might get shorts so I can be like a postman, gloves with no fingers so I can be a milkman. What other job has man in the title? I would get as many of the costumes as I can so I can be manly. Lollipop lady. That's not lollipop man, is it?
Well, if it's a man,
it's still called a lollipop lady.
No,
just like male dinner ladies are called dinner ladies still.
No, they're not.
I didn't know that.
What's a male dinner lady called then?
A dinner man.
Dinner gentleman.
Well, at my school, they were still referred to as dinner ladies.
Yeah. Dinner person. Nowadays, I think.
I think you'll find they're lunchtime supervisors now, or break time supervisors.
Well, I don't know.
Because schools don't have lunch anymore; they just have a number of breaks.
There you go.
School knowledge. But yeah, if anyone listening knows where I live and wants to come and help me use a rivet gun at some point before this podcast is released, that would be swell. It's quite a tight niche I'm looking for there.
Yeah. And there's no guarantee this is going up.
Yeah, exactly. So if you do meet all of those criteria, please I am trying to do a good thing for charity by staying up all night in my garage. So, you know, let's at least help me stay alive so that I can raise some money for a good cause.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to know about some other loading times?
I do. That's all I want to know about. Don't tell me about the games.
This one you can compare to now. I bought FIFA.
Okay.
Why?
Because I kind of want to play football games every now and again.
He wants to practice because he knows I'll just keep beating him if he doesn't.
Well, no, there's no excuse now. We both have FIFA, and the rematch is on.
I'm sure you'll come up with an excuse for when I keep beating you.
No, well, that might be possible, yeah. But yeah, FIFA is FIFA. I like it. Loading times on it are insane. You know, it starts up the game and it puts you onto one of these training things, doesn't it? Like these training scenarios you've got to do. And it loads. It pops on this training scenario, and it brings up the thing of telling you what you've got to do. But I can't finish reading what I've got to do before it's ready to play.
Wow,
it is insanely quick, bonkers. So I don't even do the training things anymore. Okay, I don't need to do these training things while it's loading. It's ready to go.
Yeah. You maintain that attitude that you don't need to do the training. This bodes well for me.
I do. I definitely do need to do the training, but I don't see the point in doing the training because I'm garbage at the training stuff. So I just straight to the match. I like the presentation of it. I like, it's like Sky Sports or whatever, when the player just come out and then
they've got
show
the
team sheet thing
license, haven't they now for it? So it is Sky Sports graphics on back.
Yeah, it's really cool. I didn't see that in the demo or anything like that. And it's not in the Switch version that I've got. It's very basic, the Switch version in comparison. But it's really cool. I was like, oh wow, I'm pleasantly surprised by it. That having all the lineup come out and stand up and with a little grin on the face and what have you. It's kind of cool. And I've just got to learn how to do Ultimate Team.
I was going to say, have you done Ultimate Team?
No.
You need to get on some Ultimate Team. There's an excellent tutorial for it on my channel, sir.
I think there is, yeah. I'll have to have a look.
You should watch, because then you'll become an expert at it.
I will have to have a look, because I kind of do want to get involved with it. Especially seeing as you can do it in single player, can't you, for most of it?
You can,
a lot of
yeah.
it.
With the,
that's the thing that was avoiding me, because the Switch version doesn't have the single player stuff in it. So
most of my Ultimate Team this year has been done single player.
Yeah, so I might just do that. I might just do that single player stuff.
And then my Ultimate Team can then paint the wagon of your Ultimate Team, and everyone will be happy.
Well, sure. Well, why not?
Put you in your place.
Yeah.
With
definitely.
my dream team of Danny Welbeck, and I can't remember who's up front with Danny Welbeck in my Ultimate Team at the moment, but Danny Welbeck, be afraid.
Yeah, indeed.
I think it might be Vardy. I'm going for pace.
Yeah, pace isn't a bad option to have.
Exactly.
I've noticed pace. You can just burn everyone off in the new one. You just run rings around everybody.
All about pace.
Yeah, it is.
All about that pace. About that pace. No Trevors.
I need to learn about pace.
Anna completely no-selling my Meghan Trainor singing. You do what about pace?
I need to learn about pace. It's something to do with UK law. I don't know what it means.
Really?
Yeah.
I think we're probably talking about a different type of pace.
Yeah.
But if we're not, make sure you sing the same song I just sang.
Yeah. Why?
It was a great song. We had lots of fun singing about No Trevors when that song was out.
But you did. Everybody else just went, okay, Karen.
Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about right.
I enjoyed myself.
Mm.
Why isn't that song still in the charts?
Because it's 3 years
old. It's
the
best song of this century.
Mm.
Okay.
I think Dave would differ on that. He sat there looking very sad for himself.
Yeah, if I came in and started singing him that song and rubbing him, he'd love it. What else have you played, little fella? What other loading times have you got to tell us about?
I haven't. Have I got any other loading times?
You promised me a plethora of loading times.
I don't know. I've bought a few things on the Black Friday sales. I bought Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I've not played it yet.
Oh, why?
It was a $5.
It was free last month, wasn't it?
Better not have been. No, it can't have been because it let me buy it. It wouldn't have let me buy it if I already had it on Games with Gold or anything like that. I was like, you know what? For a $5, I enjoyed that hour or whatever demo I had with that, whatever it was. I quite enjoyed what I played of that, so I was like, for a $5, I'll get some money's worth out of that. I've bought South Park finally. I've not started that yet. I want to start it, but I've also, in doing so, I've started watching South Park again just so I can start getting the references. Because I think I need to watch some things to get the references at times. Otherwise, it's just going to go over my head. So I'm going to try my best to get caught up with South Park before I start the game. And then probably never watch it again. Never play it again. I'll probably never get around to playing it. That's what I mean. Yeah, I'll probably watch all this stuff and then never get around to playing it. But you know, I want to get Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed's supposed to look amazing on the Xbox, and I'm still tempted by it because they keep saying they have whipped.
Oh, it looks great on the Pro. It looks really nice.
We played it on an Xbox One X when we played it, didn't we? Wherever it was, and it looked all right.
Yeah.
It looked like an Assassin's Creed game. I don't know. There's only so much a game can look excellent when it's really just sand everywhere and water. There's not really anything to look excellent. What else is there? Sand and water and a few trees.
Hippos.
It's not like there's loads of... Yeah, that's what I said, sand and water.
And vegetation underneath. And
none of that stuff looks good, though. I want buildings.
Yes, it does.
Buildings are what looks good.
Pyramids.
Knock it all down, build a city on it, and then it will look good. Then it'll be an Assassin's Creed game.
I bet there's plenty of cities in there.
Anna, are there any cities that you've come across in Assassin's Creed?
Yes, loads.
Really?
Yeah.
What, you can run along rooftops?
Yeah.
I'm in. Buy me this game.
Why got it?
On an Xbox, for goodness sake.
No.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I will get it. I probably might even see if I get it for Christmas or something. I don't know. We'll see. Just not coming down in price as much as the rest of them. I mean, over the Black Friday sales, Wolfenstein 2 was as low as £20 for a game that's not been out a month, and I managed to get South Park for £25. If it got to below 30, I might have bought it for Assassin's Creed, but I think £33 I think was the cheapest I've seen it, but I will get it at some point.
We very nearly got a Switch on Black Friday.
Oh yeah,
we saw a deal. It was a Switch plus Mario Odyssey. Was it $280?
That sounds about right. Yeah, that was some good deals.
Which, I mean, we were hovering over it. Trigger Figures hovered over it because we're on a very budget Christmas this year, so we've officially only got £100 each for presents, and we thought, well, we could go a little bit over and get ourselves a Switch to share. Yeah, and nothing to unwrap on Christmas Day. But we
don't care.
In the end, well, no, Anna said she'd be taking the Switch to university with her every day, and at that point, I thought, well, hang on then, what's Kev's present here?
Only 3 days a week. You get to play it
when Anna comes home.
But I'd want to play it on the telly when she wasn't there.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a very good point. But...
Who do I have to live with?
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm waiting for them to come down to £30 each and put Street Pass on it. Once Street Pass is on it, we're buying too.
Yeah.
Sorted.
Sheepdog's in the market now, isn't he? Sheepdog messaged...
He's got one, hasn't he?
Has he? If he hasn't, I've not seen. He messaged me in the week and said, I want this, and this, and she any good deals. I went...
Don't help him.
I don't...
He can't possibly have one because he's not. His reason for being here isn't that he's got a Switch that he's playing with. It's that he's watching the telly. Yeah. So if he's got a new console today,
he'd know about it. I've not seen on Twitter or anything like that. He's got one. He might have done, but I've not been checking it that much this afternoon. So, but I know that he came to me on Monday or Tuesday saying, "I'm finally in the market to get one. Where can I go?" So.
Was your answer?
Anyone knows.
Was your answer 3 days ago when they were cheap, idiot?
Well, he said that. He said, "I can't believe I finally got the go ahead to get one." It was Tuesday, the day after all the deals have gone on. I was like, "Oh, you might still find some deals." There you go. There's some places to go and look for.
Well, Amazon still have all their Cyber Monday deals on, but Amazon wasn't the cheapest place for it.
No, Amazon wasn't. But it's running up to Christmas. There'll be certain deals and what have you coming up, and. It looks like they're in stock at least. That's the thing. I was surprised that there's plenty coming in, so that's a good thing. That is definitely a good thing for anyone who wants one.
I want one.
Yeah, Okay, you're right then.
Well,
good. I think that's it for it. I'm not going to talk much about Destiny 2, but I'm still playing Destiny 2.
Always the same games with you, Pab. Goodness me.
It's so difficult to get off of. I'm power level 297 now. The level cap is 305, but the new expansion's out on the 5th, I want to say, next week. So the new expansion will raise the power level up again.
Sounds like you need to pull your finger out then and get up those power levels.
This is the thing. I was saying this to someone on chatting to someone before. As soon as the DLC comes out, the expansion pass comes out, everything becomes trivial. Every single item that you're using now is useless in the sense of you'll get all new gear straight away in the new content that'll be better than what you're using now. So I wouldn't worry about it a week before it comes out now. Don't be trying to grind your levels up now. You might as well just wait a week and just rattle up some levels up when the new stuff comes out. Which is, I'm begrudgingly going to buy it. They've put the expansion pass up to 30 quid. It was 25 a few weeks ago, and they've put it up to 30 now. I'm like, you robbing gits. Why just charge an extra $5 like a few weeks before it comes out? Just like there's just like probably like an early bird special or something. I want to know what your content is before I just automatically buy it.
You do not. You're going to automatically buy it regardless. I'm surprised you've not got it on direct debit.
To be fair, if I'd have known it was going to happen, I would have done it. I was planning on buying it. I thought I'll wait till payday or whatever it is, and I'll just wait for it. And then it went up, and I went, right, well, I'll not buy it now then. Knowing full well I will do. I'll just buy it like the day before now instead of giving them money beforehand. But yeah, I can't get enough of Destiny in a minute. We're still not done raid yet. But I imagine people going up past the light levels of 305 next week will make the raid a bit more trivial. Fingers crossed. So we'll get it done at some point. That is all I've got.
Any more games from you, Anna?
No.
We shall. I won't mention Football Manager this week. If you want to know how I'm getting on with that, everyone should go and watch my YouTube channel where I play it quite a lot. And of course, the 24-hour stream. I don't know when you're planning on getting this podcast out for Plums and Veg, but assuming it's at some point on Saturday morning-ish.
Hopefully. I mean, if I can do it, I might do it Friday night, but I don't know.
That would be very nice, because then everyone listening can join good old Kev in his 24-hour live stream, which starts 12 o'clock lunchtime on a Saturday on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be streaming for 24 hours straight from 12 on Saturday through to 12 on Sunday, playing Football Manager 2018 for the full 24 hours. It's going to be marvellous, raising money for the National Autistic Society. Last time I checked, we were already over £100 of donations.
Really?
I've only mentioned the
112.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what you told me.
Oh, okay. It might have even gone up again since then, but it's crazy to think. I'm just trying to load the page up now. That I've mentioned it once. Yeah, £112 it's on at the moment. We're aiming for £1,000, and it would be awesome if anybody listening has no interest at all in Football Manager, but would quite like to stick a $5 in the kitty for the National Autistic Society. Head over to justgiving.com/Lalujo2017. There will be a text donation number that's set up for Saturday as well, but I haven't got that set up yet, so I can't give you a text number to use. But you can just head over to the Just Giving page, and anything that you can put towards it would be massively appreciated, because as you can imagine, especially those of you who watch the vlog, you'll know that this is quite an important charity to us, and it would be rather nice if we could throw a whole load of cash their way, like we have for the last 2 years of these 24-hour streams, when we raised over £2,000 for Macmillan Cancer Support, or whatever they're called, Macmillan. So yeah, come along to the stream, everybody. youtube.com/LalujoFM. Right, Pab, I've done plugging my stuff now. Yeah. Justice League.
Okay.
Oh, Pab's wrong again, everybody. Justice League's absolutely fine. What issues did you have with Justice League?
I did.
Hold on. Let me. You didn't like it, did you?
No, come on.
What were you hoping for from Justice League when you went in?
I wasn't expecting much.
What were you hoping for? What were you hoping for? What did you want them to do?
They did what I wanted them to do.
Exactly. And that's what I've been telling everybody. They did exactly what I wanted them to do. Therefore, it was good.
There's a few minor niggles I have. Right, okay, let's get the big figure out of the way. It's still not a patch on any Marvel film.
I don't know about any Marvel.
It's not a patch
it's not,
on Thor.
It's not as good as the best Marvel film.
It's not a patch on Thor. It's not a patch on Guardians.
I've not seen Thor Ragnarok yet. If that's
Guardians
what
of the Galaxy 2 you've seen, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, that was... I don't know.
It's not a patch on it.
But then if you compare it to the first Captain America film or the Incredible Hulk film, or it's Iron Man 3, it's better than all these kind of movies. You can't say it's not as good as any of the Marvel films.
I really don't think they are. I don't think anything is a patch on the Marvel films. I mean,
it's not as good as the best that Marvel have done, but it would, if this was a Marvel movie, it'd be an above average one.
I will
be in the top 3.
I'll give it this. I enjoyed this more than Wonder Woman.
Well, see, Wonder Woman was great as well. You're a nutcase.
I just got bored with Wonder Woman. I'm going
to throw you down the stairs.
This is just. I said this at the time. I got bored and checked Twitter while I was watching Wonder Woman. I was like,
I would have done the same.
I just don't know why. It's just like, yeah, okay, she's fighting more people in World War One. Yeah, great. But yeah, Justice League. Minor niggles. I'm flip flopping on whether I like Aquaman or not.
Oh, Aquaman was brilliant.
Yeah,
I hate him in the comics. Brilliant in the movie.
I wanted more like the comics.
See, I don't like him in the comics.
I don't want him to be a boozy, stealing like thief.
That's exactly what I want him to be, because the character in the comics is the worst character in comics.
That doesn't. It just seems like a complete. It's like it might as well not be Aquaman for what it's worth.
Well, yeah, it might, exactly. My main reservations going into this was that Aquaman and Cyborg were in it, and I hate them both in comics.
See,
and they were both excellent in the film.
Yeah, they're kind of my favourite people from it. I thought the Cyborg fella was really good.
He was.
Cyborg fella performed really well.
He was excellent, and I hate that character in comics. I went into that thinking, don't know why they're doing Cyborg. What's wrong with Martian Manhunter? I mean,
yeah.
But they basically made the whole movie about Cyborg. He was absolutely integral to it, and he did really well.
Yeah,
and it was a good character, portrayed well, and it's weird. I think the weakest elements were Batman and Superman.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain scenes in it that I enjoyed. Superman's return, per se, I enjoyed. I don't quite get the gist of.
If I was going to criticise the franchise as a whole, and this is going to get potentially spoilery, maybe, but to criticise the franchise as a whole, I don't get why you kill Superman in Batman vs Superman, only to then dedicate your first Justice League movie to bring him back to life. What? I don't get it. Why kill him? He didn't need to die in the previous movie. And we all knew he was coming back in this one because he was the first person you see when the film comes on, and his name's second on the credits as they're starting the movie. So we know he's in it. We know he's starring in it. Why kill him in the first place? Why not just have him alive? I don't know. Other than that, I really enjoyed it. That's a bit of I don't know. Was the guy not under contract? Did they not know he was coming back at the time? It was weird.
There was a lot of speculation at the time. As like, oh, he's coming back as Black Suit Superman, and he's going to be bad. And
they had his blue suit in the adverts, didn't they?
Well, yeah, but like I said, before all this, for everything, all the advertising came out for it and what have you, they were all like, oh, there's a Black Suit Superman in it, and he's going to be evil, and all. And you're like, that seems like a more interesting story at that point, because it just happened. It just went, Superman's back, and he went, they had a bit of a fight, and he went, all right, okay, let's get on with it. And
I can only assume when they wrote Batman vs Superman, they had no plans at all for this movie. Which doesn't make any sense, really. Because but this whole movie was about bringing Superman back. There was a pointless baddie who everyone knew was going to get defeated.
Don't get me started on the baddie. That is, you just reminded me. The baddie is just awful.
Yeah, I know.
There was no explanation. He just turns up and goes, right, this is him, and off he goes.
Had you heard of Steppenwolf?
No,
that movie, because I hadn't.
No,
never mind. I've been. What's his name's like henchman, isn't he?
Yeah, but I've been reading DC Comics for 15 years.
I assumed you would know who it was.
Nah, I mean I've probably come across him, but I wouldn't have gone, oh, that's Steppenwolf.
Yeah,
I only knew him because he was mentioned in one of the more recent ones. Probably to he's in the film. We probably better remind people who he is.
Yeah.
But, if I ignore all that stuff, I did come out of it having really enjoyed it because I got to see lots of superheroes doing cool superhero stuff. Wonder Woman was great again. Batman, Bruce Wayne is good. Ben Affleck in a Batman suit is bad. And it was the same feedback I had from Batman versus Superman. Just keep him out of the Batman suit, and he's a brilliant Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
he just looks like a fat old man when he's dressed as Batman, though. And I know he's supposed to be playing fat old man Batman.
And he was the sort of in part he was the comic relief at times because he doesn't have powers like everyone else, and he just gets shot down quite regularly because all he has is his gadgets. Which reminds me as well, Flash in this, brilliant. I went into this deciding I was going to hate the Flash because he wasn't going to be TV Flash. Brilliant. All right. TV Flash is dead to me now. This is the best Flash they've done.
TV Flash is dead to everyone because Iris is the Flash now. Iris and Barry, not just her, but the RT Flash.
I don't know. I mean, overall, I'd say I enjoyed it, but like I said, it is not as good as any Marvel movie to me. It's this year anyway, at least.
Do you think they'll continue it properly?
I think they're stopping, aren't they?
I've not seen this yet because I didn't watch it because you told me not to, basically.
You should go and watch it, and also watching it will answer your question as well.
What question?
Should they continue it? Because they've set up the next one in this.
But they've also said that they are only finishing what they're doing, and that's it. They're stopping.
Yeah, I think hasn't Affleck quit and
they're finishing what they're finishing doing, and that is it. Though all the individual thing, I think. When's the last one? Aquaman is the last one, I think, or whatever it is. There are individual films, and that's it. I think is what they've said, if I remember rightly.
Watching the Crisis on Earth X Arrowverse crossover, and towards the end of that, I thought to myself, like, I know we touched on it a long time ago, how obviously Marvel. S.H.I.E.L.D. is obviously a spin-off from the films. Daredevil and all of that are supposed to be in the same universe as the films. When they had what is essentially all of the B and C team and F team Justice League members on this, the most senior member of the Justice League that's in this is the Flash, who they could quite easily replace with the new actor if he's so good. Or, do you know what I mean? They could just step him up. But if they had put them in the film as just members of the league that are out and about in the world. They didn't have to be in the story particularly, but they could have made an epic cinematic universe, including them. It's a natural thing for a program like Arrow to have gone 6 seasons now and, leveling them up to being bit part players in a major cinematic universe might have been a good move. But to try and reboot the whole thing when most people know, Batman's already established in films over and over again. Superman's failed in several films now. They've got their own. The best Superman ever has been the one that's the best Superman ever. That's probably an exaggeration, but the Dean Cain one on telly was always the one that I grew up with. I feel foolish saying that was the best. But...
Sheepdog's here, by the way, everybody. Goodness me.
Wow. You didn't grow up watching Superman, Adventures of Superman, and
I did, but that was the Lois Lane show. Everything you hate about the Flash now, that's what that show was. It was a show about Lois Lane that Superman just happened to be in.
I got right with so parts 1 and 2 of the crossover were very good at just focusing on their heroes, and then. When the Flash came on, I was getting ready to have a whinge because for the first 5 minutes it was just Felicity and Iris crawling around in a tube, and I just thought if this is going to be the two-parter where they crawl around saving the day while all the real heroes get locked up, then this program's jumping the shark big time. But no, it was proper. It had all the heroes. Lois and Clark was great. I mean, they just happened to have one of the best actresses of the era. What's her name? Hatcher. She was an awesome actress at the time. I've not really seen her in anything since, but yeah, she played a perfect Lois Lane. If Iris and Felicity were written like that. I know she is, but I don't watch that, do I?
You should. Great.
Okay, or maybe will. I won't. But yeah, I can't imagine the people who play Felicity and Iris going on to being in anything major after this. After this, surely. Hello.
They'll all go on to be. They'll all go on to be stars now. And Sheepdog will be made to look a fool.
Lois Lane never said #feminism.
I bet she did. If hashtags had existed, then she would have done.
What would she have said?
They did exist. What are you on with?
Hashtags didn't exist in 1994.
No, but feminists did.
Yes, I bet at some point during the New Adventures of Superman, she mentioned feminism.
She went like feminism, biatch, or something like 90s like that. I bet she never did that. Find me that clip, internet. I think she was just a feminist icon because she was so cool. She never had to tell us that she was one, which is the problem with them. But no, my point still stands. You're never ever going to see Steel, Arrow, Mr. Terrific, whatever his name is, Mr. Fantastic. I forget which way around it is. You're never going to see Vixen and the Legends of Tomorrow and all of them in a film. Never. It's not going to happen. Them in the cinematic universe to show, hey, look, this is all together, and it's quite, it's quite thought out, even if it wasn't. It looked more thought out than what they did does. You're never going to see Supergirl in a film, are you?
Probably not. No, probably not.
Whereas if they'd just cast a Superman and gone, this is his cousin, you know her from that program you watch. She could have been in it as much as they needed to without them having to write a whole character, because if you wanted to know more, you go and watch 3-4 seasons of her program.
Indeed.
Splendid. So, in summary, Justice League 5 stars.
Out of what, 20?
No, out of 5. Excellent movie. As I said on Twitter, in my very accurate review, I went in there wanting to see Wonder Woman and Batman beat up baddies. That's exactly what I got. 5 stars. So,
I got from my friends because I wouldn't accept the 2-star review the Telegraph gave this, and
really?
I was like, it can't be that bad. And then they all acted like I was just some rabid fanboy, so I had to just leave it at that. But
I left happy. I enjoyed it.
I didn't mind it. I'd give it a 3.
3.5 out of 3.5. Good work,
3.5 out of 5, yeah.
Pam's weird rating scale that he's always done because he's set in his ways. Up in the north, we don't waste that 4th half star. Just 3.5. That's all you need.
Yeah. All right.
Good old Pab. Right. Any more? Anna, have you watched any films or interesting televisual experiences this week?
I think The Walking Dead's gone downhill.
No.
I mean, we haven't watched this week's one yet, have we?
No, the ones we have watched.
I mean, we've probably got the gist of it though. Shall I have a guess? Did they go around shooting stuff and time traveling, which is all The Walking Dead is now?
Time travel in this week's episode. There was less shooting. It slowed down quite a bit, but it was just all like.
We're still replaying the first half hour of the season, different points of view.
Michonne basically said, I know it's only been a day and a half since I got gravely injured, but I need to get out and see what's going on. And I thought, it's been like 12 episodes, Michonne. Like, you don't need to justify why you're in it, even though it's been a day and a half. We don't care if you had brain surgery yesterday. Just get out there and do something. But even her story was a bit weird. They stumbled across some people with a van full of speakers who were going to play music or something. I don't know. It was very odd. I've decided this is no longer a level watching. A level? It's not. I'm not getting an A level in it. It's not. top level watching anymore. This has dropped down to the sort of level of Flash and Arrow where I'm having to try and forgive a lot of stuff.
Which is troubling because it's one of only 2 shows that are me and Anna still force ourselves to watch. This and Game of Thrones, really. These are our 2 must-sees, and it is frustrating that it's, I don't know.
We look forward. The thing is, we look forward to watching my crazy ex-girlfriend than we do this.
Yeah, because that's good every week.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas this is, I don't know, Kirkman is involved. How can they be getting it so wrong?
Well,
I just don't understand.
They're doing it to the letter of his books, so he's never going to say it's wrong, is he? He's going to be like, yeah, this is exactly how I imagined it. Lots of bullets.
There must be a TV production company involved in this who can just say, yeah, but Robert, this, are you sure we didn't rip all the pages out and put them back together in the wrong order? This doesn't make sense.
I don't think it's worth having Carol in it after 8 years as a main character.
Carol.
She's so bad.
I don't mind her.
She walked around like a wooden piece of furniture for the entire episode. The only positive scene was she was trying to get Ezekiel to pull his head out of his backside, and he wasn't responding, so she was going to shoot his door open, and then someone just called over her shoulder that the door was open. And I just thought, yeah, great. You built up an entire episode for that one line of joke. Carol might as well have just died in season 1.
No, because you needed her at the Terminus.
You didn't. She died in season 1 in the books. You didn't need her for nothing.
Yeah, but Daryl's not in the books, and I like him.
He needs to be killed off.
After your Twitter mention the other day, I just I didn't even care if you existed.
The last episode we watched, we both agreed he'd crossed the line, and his actions just made no sense.
It was mental, wasn't it? He just started fighting with Rick, and it was like,
what on earth are you doing, Daryl? You absolute moron! It wasn't just stupid; it was out of character stupid. Yeah. It was, oh no, we've given them all these weapons. It means they can't lose. What on earth can we do to let them lose? I know. Let's blow up the weapons by having a really pointless fight.
Yeah. And then it's just getting to the point where it's like, I really liked Daryl until about 2 seasons ago, and now it just feels like all he does is wander around just grunting at people and being an obstacle. And that's why I'm annoyed. I didn't mind they didn't kill Carol off at the normal time in this, but what they've done, and I wrote this in one of my many long-winded blog articles, is in the comic, Michonne and Andrea are the 2 characters that are the badasses that everyone loves. Everyone loves them in the comics because Andrea is the Carol. She's badass. She shoots a gun. She walks around as Rick's right-hand lady. She does all the big decisions and she runs the show. In this, that seems to be a weird mix of Carol, Michonne, and Daryl. And in the comic, again, Michonne is the one who walks around killing everyone with her badass weapon and being, again, the tank, as it were. Like, they're in a battle, she just goes guns blazing, killing everyone. In this, it's Daryl, but they've not written any backstory, any good story for Daryl. So all they're doing is breaking Andrea, who was rubbish in the show, and breaking Michonne because she's now spent 6 episodes sat back at home with Carl, when everything that had Daryl in it this season should have been a Michonne scene. That's why I don't think he's. That's why I want them to get rid of him, because he's taking Michonne's scenes now, and that's not right.
But she's just a lady friend now.
But she shouldn't be.
That should be Andrea.
Andrea is dead.
Well, then get Carol shacked up with him. Then then he can live with Carol, and they can be his wife and kid.
Oh my God. Oh,
but the mistake they made was casting that lizard woman as Andrea, and then they couldn't have her as Rick's partner then because she was about 30 years old.
She could have been his mother.
Yeah, it just didn't work. If they'd have cast her properly at the start, they could have had Carol walk into the zombies for a hug. Yeah, they could have just let Daryl. I mean, the thing is as well, if they'd have killed Daryl and brought in Farrell. And just had a new character that was equally as badass.
So Carol, Daryl, and Farrell. That's what we're going to have here in this show now, is it?
But I mean, just I get that they can't kill him because they own the rights to him and they can make all the money out of selling Daryl merchandise. So they've got that Norman Reedus rides a motorbike across America film that they did. But just kill him off and get someone else in. Just, make more bespoke characters that are only in the show. I don't know.
Aren't they all merging at some point? Did I read that somewhere?
They've got...
Fear the Walking Dead is merging with...
No, they've got Abraham appearing in Fear the Walking Dead in the past.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
Well, I don't know.
He travelled a long way, bless him.
Yeah, from a different direction, I believe, if I remember rightly. I mean, his whole backstory is he meets, what's his name, Eugene and Rosita really early on when the world's not really got a poo, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he tries to get him across to Washington to save the world and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But in this, it's just like, hello, just pootling around, presumably.
Aren't they in California for Fear the Walking Dead?
No, they're not. No, they moved a lot further, trust me. I've watched...
But how have they done that in 2 seasons, whereas Rick's moved down the road?
Because it started, didn't it? That's where you watch it start, and then they got on a boat.
I stopped watching it at the end of season 1.
Oh, no, I watched all of season 2, so they got on a boat. And
so they're now in Japan?
No, I can't remember where they are. They're either in Mexico.
Well, if they got on a boat in California, where else are they going to end up?
Well, I think they went up. Is it up to down to Mexico to get across the border somewhere?
Okay.
Abraham's
on holiday.
I was just thinking it got really cold, went the whole circumference of the globe and came up below in Mexico. That'd have been amazing.
Oh dear. Right. Any more movies and TV then?
I got the what's the word? Like someone told me to. I was telling someone that I was watching Studio Ghibli films with my kids, and they told me to watch Ponyo about a goldfish that wants to become a little girl. And
what? That's not even real.
Well, watch it. It's really good. My kids loved it. They were well happy. She's just a magical little goldfish that becomes a girl and is in love with a little 5-year-old boy. It's a great film. And then we watched The Secret Life of Ariete. Ariete. It's basically the Studio Ghibli version of The Borrowers. Little borrower girl makes friends with a boy that's dying of a heart failure or something, and he rescues him. I can't remember now exactly, but it was really good. Those films were always beautiful and amazing, but the Goldfish one really stood out because it had a ridiculous cast of like Liam Neeson as this weird underwater wizard man, and Tina Fey's in it, but I'm not sure who she played. There was loads. I mean, in it, so I don't know which voice was hers.
I've never watched a Studio Ghibli film.
They are really random and different and good. Your girls would probably like them because it's just different. Like,
yeah, they're supposed to be very good. I've not watched one, but I want to. Yeah. They're just stupidly expensive for Blu-rays and what have you.
It's because they're like, but in Japan, and they write a bit more seriously. I guess they put a bit more effort in. It's just a bit. I don't know. It just feels like they're really epic Disney films. My kids are always blown away by how special they are. And they're always that little bit different because they're from a different culture. So, maybe it's completely normal in Japan to have a story about a little goldfish. And don't just imagine a normal goldfish. You got to imagine it's a goldfish, but actually it's got a child's head and doesn't really look like a fish at all. But everyone.
Oh, of course. That's what I was imagining anyway. You don't need to explain it.
It was just really odd. Everyone kept going, "Oh, you're a goldfish," and I'm thinking, no, that's like a weird thing with a human head. But no, definitely watch it. I don't know where people who are listening should recommend where you should start with that. There's like Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke,
Totoro.
I watched that last week, actually, which, again, is another one I've watched in the past since the podcast was last on. I watched that film like a moron. At the end of it, thought to myself, I don't really get why Totoro is everywhere at every event. And, it was a good film, but he wasn't in it that much. And then someone pointed out to me, he's obviously their Mickey Mouse, their mascot, isn't he?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
that he appears at the start of every film as a sort of emblem. But no, that was awesome as well. That had the giant cat that is
in a bus.
There you go, Kev. Don't think of a bus. Don't think of a cat. Think of a giant cat that's shaped like a bus that people can get in.
Yeah. Let me clarify. When I said I haven't ever seen one, I'm comfortable with that. Goodness me. Right. Any more before we move on into the wonderful world of comic book? Have you played any games? Who am I asking? Any comics then? Anybody? Anna, are you staying around for comics?
No.
Well, let's say bye-bye to Anna then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Anna.
Bye-bye. Where can people find you on Twitter, Anna?
Somewhere.
Good. Find Anna somewhere on Twitter. It's a mystery. If you find her, you get a prize.
Yeah.
Right. Bye-bye, Anna.
Bye.
Bye, Anna.
Right. Comics. Go.
Yes. Go.
Have either of you read Dark Metal, is it? Did I ask about this last week?
You mentioned something about the Dark Knights, is it metal? Or something. Yeah, no. Go on.
Did I mention it? I can't remember.
I feel like you've mentioned something about it, but I don't know. There's that many of them now that are going on. I don't know.
Yeah. Can't remember now, but anyway, it is. I'm much further through it. I've not finished it yet, but basically, it's everything that what's his name? Snyder, was it?
Yeah, Scott Snyder.
Yeah, Scott Snyder. Everything he's been writing for Batman since the first thing he wrote till now has seemingly been leading to this story. There is some sort of myth and legend about this demon called Barbatos that is being summoned to our reality to destroy it, and he's from the dark multiverse, which lives underneath the current multiverse that all the New 52 and all of them live in, and blah blah blah. Apparently, every major event that's happened to Batman in the past 15 years has actually contributed to this big myth. So it's apparently there's 5 metals that if a person is like injected with each of them, then he becomes the portal that brings Barbatos into the world, and happened to be sort of ran through Batman at this point, and then they went through how when he was fighting the Court of Owls, they got him with something. The Joker stabbed him with something when he killed the Joker, and all of it. They go through it all and how it's been building to this, and now it's like taken through to the dark multiverse, and they're stuck there fighting whatever hell's going on, while in the real world there's like several versions of Bruce Wayne from several different darker 32, and it's like all these stories now where Alfred dies in one world and he's so distraught that he tries to get Cyborg to help him resurrect him using technology, but the AI in it goes wrong, and Alfred becomes this major villain who's like replicating himself and killing every baddie that exists and trying to wipe out all crime with murder. And then Batman tries to overcome him by becoming a cyborg, by basically getting angry and killing the cyborg and taking his powers. So then you've got the dark metal cyborg. What was that noise? Am I still here?
I think that was Anna leaving.
Sorry. In the Flash, there's a world where the Flash isn't doing enough by Bruce Wayne's opinion, and he's annoyed that he can't get some of his Speed Force to go back in time and save his parents. So then he ends up building a trap and stealing the Flash's powers and becoming the Dark Knight Flash. There's one where he steals the Green Lantern's ring. I've not read enough to find out whether he somehow steals Superman, or Wonder Woman's powers. I don't really know. But basically, Earth's under attack from a Bruce Wayne with a Green Lantern ring, Bruce Wayne with a cyborg power, and a Bruce Wayne that is the Flash, plus Barbatos, the demon. And I'm guessing the Superman one might actually, I don't think I've got to that bit yet, but looking at some of the pictures, I'm wondering whether he might be like somehow infused with Doomsday or something. He's a massive, monstrous beast of power. So, but no, it's very cool. It's just rounding off a load of his stories. It's very clever. It doesn't feel. I know it sounds a bit like they've gone, oh, what if Bruce Wayne was a Green Lantern or a Flash or a Cyborg, and they've written it, but actually it works together much better than I'm probably explaining it. I recommend getting onto it because
I'll probably wait for a trade for it. Cool. I'm very much a trade person, Anna, so I will probably get it at some point when it comes in like a collection. It does sound interesting.
The artwork's really cool, as you can imagine. Whenever it goes to the other world, where he's where it's telling the story about how he killed Cyborg and took his powers or whatever, they use a different art style in each one, and they're always just, I'm guessing they get like a guest artist in or something, because it looks really special. I think that's worth the price alone.
Good. Splendid. What about you, Plums and Veg?
Right, okay, so let's get the big one out of the way. I've read this week a book called Winnebago Graveyard. And it is a sort of a horror kind of book, storytelling of a family going on like a road trip holiday in this Winnebago, and they go to like a pit stop sort of place I think it's in California. It's based. It's like out of nowhere town in California somewhere, and their Winnebago gets stolen. And they persist to find this town is like similar to like the town from Hot Fuzz, if you get what I mean by that. As well, it's like a giant cult going on there. Giant cult sacrificing people to free demons or something like that.
A bit like where me and Sheepdog live.
Yeah, maybe.
Pretty much.
But yeah, it's a really cool book. I liked it. Some nifty art style. Everyone's been raving about it. Apparently, it's just a very popular book. It's only 4 issues, so it's 4 issues and done. Had lots of things. Which I'm kind of disappointed in, because I wanted to see where this sort of world was going, but it just kind of it goes through the story of this family in this town and them trying to get out of this town and what have you, and it's pretty much done. Like short and sweet. It's cool, but like I said, I'd like to have seen like more. Maybe they will do some more. I don't know, but it does say, and the final issue, just like come to a final issue, says the end. So I'm presuming that is done.
Usually, what that means.
Yeah. So I was hoping there might.
Was there a question mark after end?
No. But I was just hoping that there might have been more of like explaining, because like the first few pages they show this guy getting dragged into this sacrifice ritual, and then they kill him, and then this ghostly looking fella comes out, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm back," and he's all cheery and all dancing around like, "I'm back," and they're all going, "Yeah, he's back," and I was like, "All right, okay, I'm in on this. I want to see where this goes." But there's nothing really explained as to what that is. It's just these evil demons that are coming out. But it's just like a ghostly figure of the guy who's just been killed, and he's coming out dancing, going, "I'm back, yeah," and they're all going, "Yeah, he's back." And I was like, well, it's not really explained as to who he is, what sort of demon he is, but it just happens. And I was like, I wanted to know more. But it was cool nonetheless. It was still cool. I enjoyed it. The last thing I've read, I don't know if you've read this, Sheepdog, Doomsday Clock.
Or is it? I haven't yet. I was waiting until there was more of it. The whole thing's not out yet, is it?
No. I just got issue 1 because
Minister, I'll wait for a trade. Not waiting for a trade.
I won't be reading any more of it.
Oh, really? Is it that bad?
No, as in I'll wait for trade. I only wanted it because I wanted the limited edition lenticular cover.
Because I've been waiting to see it come out and I kept missing it.
Yeah, I wanted the lenticular cover, so I ordered it a while back.
What does lenticular mean when it's at home?
You know, like that. You know, you tilt it up and down and it moves like. Yeah, it's got like Rorschach on the front of it, and his mask changes to the Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman logo.
That's really clever.
Yeah, it's clever. But it's good. It's a good first issue. It's like going through like the monologue of Rorschach's mind again. There's not much. It's all basically like a monologue of Rorschach and what Rorschach, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's what he's doing. He's doing such a thing, and he's in a prison to break some people out to go and save the world, because the world's on on the brink of nuclear destruction, and he's trying to save it with someone else, and they're trying to find Dr. Manhattan because Dr. Manhattan's disappeared and been gone for years, hasn't he? And this is me.
Checked Mars.
This is me not knowing anything. I've not read the first book. I only have the idea of it in the book wise. I've seen the film.
Have you read Watchmen?
No, I've got it.
For goodness sake, pork and beans.
Even I've read that.
That should have been the first comic book you ever read.
I've got it. I own it. I've got a signed copy of it, but I've just not read it.
Come back and read this. I mean, I must say, I finished that and thought it's all right.
Yeah, you know? Well, like I say, I had a rough idea of it because I've watched the film so many times, and I know the debate, the gist of it. Yeah, there's not much. There's only like a small section in relation to. It was like about 2 or 3 pages at the end of the book with Superman, or not even Superman, Clark, and that is it. And there's no connection or anything like that. So I'm interested to see what the ties are in this. I don't know how. Do you know how regular this is? It's going to be a month thing until it's done now, or is it going to be like?
It'll be on the 2 weekly schedule, won't it?
I really don't know. I hope it's not like the Rebirth stuff where it's just like 6 months of an issue, and then there's an issue, and then another 6 months go by an issue.
I think it was supposed to run through till middle of next year,
right?
Before it finishes fully. I had trouble finding it properly. I mean, every time I read a comic, it would just say at the end of it, "Oh, it's coming."
Yeah.
It would show like a clock with the time pointing to Superman at 12.
Yeah. That's on there. Yeah, it's good. It's all right. It's not bad at all. I just like. I mean, it's all in the artwork of Watchmen, and everything's drawn very much more gritty than you would normally see in a DC comic book. So it's all right. It's not bad at all. Good start. Enjoyed it. And like I say, I'm just going to wait for trade now, though. Unless, I don't know, I might be tempted just to read it single issue. I don't know. I did say that is the one exception I'll make is for this book, for this crossover. So I might make the exception. Who knows? We'll have to see. Who knows? But
I think you know.
I do know, and it probably won't happen, but you never know.
I think you do.
No. Yeah,
right.
I do know. I probably will get it.
Oh, here we go. Am I allowed to speak?
Yeah, go on.
Hey, are you going to get this on a regular thing, or is it going to be waiting for trades?
I don't know yet. We'll find out.
You do. Right. I have finally finished, about a year after I started it, the Stray Bullets Uber Alice edition, which is the thickest book that I own. It's 1,200 pages. Yeah, it's a big book. I haven't been reading it for a year. I read it, left it on my bedside table, other books piled on top of it, and then I tidied my bedside table, realised it was still there, and started again from about halfway through this week from where my bookmark was still sitting in it. Piece of toilet paper. And finished it this week.
Used?
No, I don't believe so. Well, used as a bookmark, but other than that, fine. But it's just so very, very good. Bearing in mind, these books, it was originally only a 40-issue run, but it started in 1995, stopped in 2005, but wasn't finished. There was one issue left. That didn't get published until 2015. So 20 years after issue 1, 10 years after the previous issue in the series. Wow. And it collects those 41. Since then, it's been monthly again since 2015. And there's another 30 or 40 that now exist that I now need to get on. But this set was released very sporadically on a very indie label over the course of 20 years, basically. And it's now been picked up by Image. But it's very, very good. It's a number of, it's an ensemble cast, a number of different sort of overlapping storylines set in and around Baltimore and LA in the early to mid 80s. And it starts off with all these what seem like independent art, different people who are all, the theme of the whole thing is that they're relatively normal people who fall into the wrong crowd, or something bad happens, or they make a poor decision and basically end up in a spiral downwards, and they eventually all end up part of the same criminal underworld full of murder and drugs and goodness knows what else. And it's very, very gritty. It's all black and white, drawn, written, and lettered all by the same guy, published by his wife originally.
Really?
And
Wow.
he kind of did it in between jobs he was actually paid for DC and Marvel. This was his little passion project. And it reads like that. And you can tell that he got better at drawing over the course of 20 years. He got better at plot over the course of 20 years. It is a little bit, you could tell at the start that he didn't really know where he was going with it. He was just doing these little 5 or 6 issue arcs that don't necessarily happen chronologically. There might be one issue that's set in LA in 1985, and then the next issue is 1981 Baltimore with completely different characters. And you kind of have to read it as a whole to make sense of it. How anyone managed to get their head around this when it was only 40 issues over 10 years, I have no idea. No wonder he never made any money on it. But the good people at Image saw the light. And then in 2015, they released issue 41 and this big 1,200 page issue and the first issue of the new run all on the same day. And like I say, since then, it's been coming out monthly. But there's no trades for it. There was the initial arc, which is Stray Bullets 6, I think, Killers. That's an 8-issue arc that you can get as a trade. But the latest one is called Sunshine and Roses. That one's like 30 or 40 issues deep, and they're not publishing any of it as a trade until it's finished.
No.
It's gonna be another 1,000-page book when it comes out. I mean, this book cost me £50 when I got this a year ago. It's not a cheap thing to buy. I'd picked up maybe 10 individual issues of Sunshine and Roses and knew I liked it all. And I mean, it does. How he's managed to keep all this in his head over the course of 20 plus years, I don't know. Because
how has he ever got anywhere with it?
I know, it's mad.
Punching himself in the face at every turn.
Basically, the current story arc that he's writing now is a prequel to part of the original, but a sequel to a different part of the original with characters that overlap from different arcs over different time frames in different locations. It's such a complicated thing, but it kind of all comes together quite nicely when you have it all in one big book. But it's a bit unwieldy to read on the toilet. You get a numb leg.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, that pretty much every comic these days.
Well, it's because you got your little pigeon legs, isn't it? You need to get more masculine legs, and then you'll be able to support the weight of a 4-issue trade.
And when you're in there for an hour,
I'm a slow reader. I like looking at the pictures.
Well, then you'll like this book because there's excellent pictures in it.
I mean, without going too far on the whole sitting on the toilet reading thing, I nipped to the loo the other day while my wife was getting the kids sorted for bed, and I realised about an hour later that I'd been reading comics. I wasn't even on the toilet properly. I was just sat there reading in the bathroom, and I felt like the world's biggest monster. I'd read so many comics, and when I come out, the kids were already in bed, falling asleep, and I'd done nothing.
You had a box of comics under your arm.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was like, I'm so sorry. It was just like one cliffhanger after another, and I just kept going and going and going.
No one questioned why you took your long box in there with you.
When I stood up to leave the bathroom, I nearly collapsed. My legs were just dead. I'd just been leaning on them, looking at the pictures and everything. But that doesn't happen often. I kind of, I got out of there thinking, that's good. I've got through a big pile of shame there.
And you read some comics as well.
I suddenly realised how bad that sounds. It's the way it should be done. Anyone who's like, I don't know how to get into comics, just needs to buy a couple and go to the toilet.
Well, there you go. On that note, I think we're done. Has anyone got anything more for this week?
No,
I have played games, mainly only the Marvel ones that I already spoke about, and you got me on the Football Manager, but people already tweeted saying, please don't just talk about Football Manager. I got offered your job. I want to watch me.
That's what people said about me. Some people still say that about me. And I just throw scrunched up £20 notes at them and laugh.
So if I say that to you, will you throw £20 notes at me?
No. You know it's not true. You know I'm a hero to many people.
One or two, I suppose. Wow.
But yeah, Sheepdog's YouTube channel will start any day now. We'll wear him down. If you want Sheepdog to start a Football Manager YouTube channel, then you just need to send him a tweet at RB6K saying, Sheepdog, start a Football Manager YouTube channel.
I should start an empty channel and then say I'll only do it if it gets to 200 subscribers or something like that.
I reckon if you started a channel, I could get you to 1,000 subscribers on there before you put a video on it.
Yeah?
If you were actually going to do Football Manager.
Yeah, I consider it.
You could
jump away at the weekend, so I can't just start it tomorrow kind of thing. But if I can go straight into your... I see that league table that goes around with all those people on it. If I can just go in at like bottom 30.
Well, bearing in mind 2 years ago, using just the podcast audience as leverage.
These people, they have
these
no
people
standards.
I had 500 subscribers by like my third video. So I kind of leapt over that list because of this wonderful podcast. I know there's only like 4 people left listening to this now, but most of them are now over.
Football Manager so much, but
most of them are now over on my subscriber list anyway. Anna laughed her socks off the other day when she was watching the vlog and saw Vimesy's name on my list of Patreon backers. Vimesy's still alive? She couldn't believe it. Yeah, we saw him
That's money back,
Anna.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they're all over there. So once they remember you exist, they'll all go and watch you.
Well, I will ponder it. I'll let you know when the channel's up. I'll send you the link.
Splendid.
I'm home until like Tuesday, Wednesday, so it ain't going to be any time soon.
You're going for a surgery to help you with the big poo you had earlier. That's what we told everyone.
Find Excalibur.
Don't know what that means. Anyway, people, if you want to find out more about this podcast or see pictures of Pab on a regular basis, your best bet is to follow the podcast on Twitter at MGUK Podcast. Or if you want that stuff without the pictures of Pab, follow me at Lelujo.
And if you want the non-podcast stuff, like the pictures of Pab, but no podcast stuff, I'm at RB6K.
And I'm at Pab 1986.
How many pictures of Pab do you post?
I don't post pictures of anything of myself. It's Sheepdog and yourself, or just Sheepdog, I think.
I went through my phone for ages last week trying to find a picture to post of you.
Yeah, I thought that. I said to myself, he must have run out of pictures. And I'm like, right, there's pictures in the Dropbox if you want them.
Well, if you ever get really stuck for pictures of him, on the way out to Spalding, there's a sign that just says plums and veg. Touch that one week.
No one will get that though.
Oh, people will get it. I've been flogging that horse for 3 or 4 weeks now. People know your plums and veg.
I spent a bit too long, Pab, looking through Google Images just because I thought it'll be so creeped out if I find a picture of him that's not from any event. It's just one of you out with your family or something. There picture of you at work.
Sheepdog, there are pictures of him on Facebook that are findable.
Oh no, I know. I didn't.
Don't worry, Pab. We found them before.
Yeah. Yeah.
For someone who doesn't use Facebook, you should really close your Facebook account.
I don't. Yeah. I think it's not in. I don't know. Anyway, never mind.
If I had a scanner, I've got a load of Polaroids of him somewhere.
What?
You've been sharing a room with him for too long.
Yeah, God.
That's it. You fall asleep, mate, and it comes out.
So does his Polaroid. You can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/MatureGamerPodcast. And you can find all of my YouTube exciting goodness, including the aforementioned 24-hour live stream that takes place this weekend, 12 p.m. Saturday to 12 p.m. Sunday at lelujo.fm. Don't forget to donate to the Just Giving page at justgiving.com/Lelujo2017. So National Society wants monies.
Link me to that because I don't know what you're on about. If you want to hear me do all the rants I do on here about what films should do instead of what they actually did, then go to sheepdograts.com where I say the same things that I say here, but in words.
Splendid. What do I say? See you next week, boys and girls, or something?
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.